Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing RACECAR through the fog. Now, I'm not exactly sure why this is all in uppercase as in the RACECAR part. There's maybe some significance here that I'm not quite appreciating, and if you do actually know what that is, do let me know in the comments because I am certainly curious. Admittedly, not understanding the puzzle title seems to be a bit of a habit right now. I also don't get why Will Power's puzzle from a few days ago was called Baskin-Robbins 31. I get Baskin-Robbins, I just don't get why the puzzle was called as such. We can see that this particular driver is driving along the wrong way. But I guess if you are racing through fog, you don't necessarily know where you're going, which is hopefully not kind of foreshadowing of what is going to be, I hope, yet another fabulous Meggen033 puzzle, and that we actually do know where we're going. Let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule set with RACECAR Through the Fog by Meggen033. And once again, it is my favorite type of fog puzzle from Meggen033, where there is one and only one line. It's got, let's see, palindromes, normal Sudoku, killer cages, crop key dots, and fog. With the exception, of course, that, one and only one line, it means that this palindrome and this palindrome are actually one. So if you know what all of that means, link in the description down below for you to play. On the off chance that you don't, normal Sudoku, place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row. Every column, of course, every 3x3 box, so nothing unusual about that. Then there is the one and only one grey palindrome line, which reads the same forwards or backwards. So essentially, we know that this grey line will do some kind of a loop around the puzzle and then come back and join this one. And the idea is that both ends are the same. It's going to meet somewhere in the middle where there might be a single digit, but essentially the first cell from each side has to be the same. The second cell from each side has to be the same again, etc., etc. First, second, third, all the way to wherever the middle is. So that indeed it reads the same forwards and backwards. A black dot between cells indicates cell values with a 2-to-1 ratio, and a white dot between cells indicates values are consecutive and not all dots are given. So if you imagine for a second that this cell is a 2 with this white dot, this would be 1 or 3, and then the palindrome would say that this is 1 or 3. If you kind of suspend disbelief for a second and say that was a black dot rather than a white dot, then it has to be in a 2-to-1 ratio, so one cell is double the other. So that'd be 1 or 4, and of course that would be 1 or 4. No negative constraint, so a 3, a 4 in here, no black dot, no white dot, all of that is allowed under today's rules. Last thing that's kind of stated is the grid is partially covered with fog, and correctly placing the digits will clear the fog around that cell, and no guessing is required. So if this too is correct, essentially all of the surrounding cells that are covered in fog will be cleared, hopefully giving us more information to be able to progress the puzzle. As always, to play along, link in the description down below for you to do so. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. Let's talk about the 9 cage. There are 3 ways to get to 9 in 3 cells. I've somehow skipped that rule. The digits in cages do not repeat, and some to the clue in the top left. Sorry. 1, 2, hang on. 1, 2, 6, 1, 3, 5, and 2, 3, 4. So, based on the fact that we need 2 cells that are consecutive, 2 digits that are consecutive, I can immediately dismiss 1, 3, 5. So my options are 1, 2, and 6. But notice what it's doing on the palindrome, 1, 2, and this cell would have to be 6, which is clearly not consecutive, so that's not going to work. The other possibility, and indeed the only possibility, is that this is 2, 3, and 4. So let me just plug all of this in. The 3 would have to be in here for it to be consecutive to join the 2 or 4. That means this cell is 2 or 4. That means that this is 2, 3, or 4. How am I going to be consecutive? That both of these have to be 3s. Fantastic. Now we're clearly talking about different 2 4s, but don't know what that is significant for. I mean, I should know what it's significant for. Let's just think about what's going on here, particularly with the palindrome. 2 4 in the column now for this 6 cage. This can only be 1 5. If this is 1, that would be 2, that would be 4. Indeed possible. And if this is 5, I think I'm in trouble. Well, no, I could do 4 and 2, because I couldn't do 6 and 3. The 3 is not available, but I could go 5 to 4, and then this would be 2 or 8 actually. So there's a definite 4 in here, however significant that is. Am I going to color? So we know that these two are the same. I'm going to call them blue. This is going to be green. This is going to be blue. This cell and this cell are the same. Actually, this 2, 4. So if this is 2, it would have to be 3, because we've got 1, 5 in there. And actually, if it's 4, because again of the 5, this would always be 3. So that helps. These two cells now have to add up to 10, and I could certainly do 1, 9, but actually, let me just think. These two cells, not quite getting the significance of this. Oh, the 2, 4, and the 3 with this black crop key dot. Let's think about the implications of that. So black crop key dot digits, we essentially have the powers of 2, the 3, 6 pair, and that's kind of all of the available black crop key dot digits. In this box, I know I cannot use a 3, so there's no 3, 6. I also know that I have a 2 or a 4 in here. So in essence, that cannot be a 2, 4 pair, or I'll end up with far too many in this box in this row. So this has to be on the edge with either 1, 2 or 4, 8. This is not 2 or 4, so this is the 1, 8. This is the 2, 4. This cell, hang on, let me just think, that blue, this 1, so this is 1, 8. This 2, 4 is the same, so we remove the 8 option, so we end up with a 2, 4 pair, and therefore this cell is green, which is this cell. I mean, I think that part is obvious, yep. So how is all of that helping us? I mean, one thing it is saying is that there is no 2 or 4 in the 13 cage, which means the only way this is going to work is if it's 1, 9. Because we've already got 3 of the 13. We need 2 cells that add up to 10. So my options to get to 10, 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, and then 4, 6. Obviously the 3, 7 is not available. That would repeat the 3. And then I've just removed the 2 and 4 options, so this is only 1, 9. So 1, 9 pair gives me a 1, 9 in here. All of this is somehow meant to be significant, but I'm not entirely sure why yet. These 3 cells that are not made up of 2, 3, or 4 are a minimum of 1, 5, and 6. And we can definitely see that this cell is part of the 13 cage. I'm already at 12. I don't have to worry about the possibility that this 13 cage is any bigger, because that would immediately break it. Regardless of how small the next cell may be, remember, because I can't repeat anything beyond the 1, and obviously if I don't have a 1, this is 5, 6, 7, so way too big clearly. So 1, 5, 6 is the minimum, that's 12. Anything else would blow it up. Now, that means it's not 1, 5, 6, it is 1, 5, 7 to get to 13. Then at the bottom I have 6, 8, and 9. No 1s, but I'm not getting the significance of any of this so far. I mean, we can color the 1, 9s, but I don't understand. Actually, of course, 1, 9 pair, that's an 8. Hello. That means that this is 8. That means that green has to be 4. Blue has to be 2. That has to be 1 to be consecutive. That's the 5. The 1, 9 pair, I don't think I'm able to resolve just yet. This cell and this cell are the same. So this is 1, 5, or 7. Clearly not a 5, not a 5. This cell and this cell are the same. So this is 6, 8, 9. And again, it's clearly not an 8. In fact, it's not a 9 either. 8 and the 1, 9 pair. So that's just 6. Therefore, that is just 6. No 6s in here. This cell and this cell are the same. I don't know. There's quite a few options here. I'm not going to think about it. I mean, 3 cell 8 cage is going to be limited. It's either 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4. No other ways of getting there. We need a 2 or a 3, which are clearly not in here. So this is 2 or 3. This is 2 or 3. It's not a 2. They're both 3s, and therefore this is a 1, 4 pair. Next after the 3 is a 1, 4. It's not 4. That's 1. That's 1. That's 4. That's 7. That's 9. 9. 1. Therefore 7. No 7s. 1, 5 pair is resolved. 5 and 1. The 8, 9 probably are. What comes after the 1 is this cell, then that cell, and this cell. So this one is 8 or 9 to match this cell. Okay. We're back to having to do 10 again. Not 1, 9, not 3, 7. It's either 4, 6 in this direction, and it's not 2, 8, because that can't be either. So this is definitely 6, this is definitely 4. That 6 is this 6. This cell and this cell are the same. So it's not 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's not 5. It's not 6. It is 7, 8, or 9. No, I meant this cell. Sorry. Because the one right after the 6. It's still not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So it's still correctly 7, 8, 9. This cell and this cell are now the same, and it is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 7. It is 6, 8, 9. Then this cell and this cell are the same, and it's not 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. It's 4 or 7, except we do actually have a resolution that is a 4. Am I going to keep going down the palindrome? I'm enjoying it, but like it's getting to the point where it's quite far away. So let's just do a bit of Sudoku. Now remove the 8 from here. It was never there, I think. That's 7, 9. That's 7, 9. Probably have some more obvious things to do. I should be doing more Sudoku, but I'm enjoying the palindrome more, so that's what I'm going to do. He says before he realizes that the pencil marks are about to get crazy. So it's not 1, it could be 2, it's not 3, 4, it could be 5, it's not 6, it could be 7, and it's not 8, 9. Then these two cells are the same. It's not 1, it could be 2, 3, not 4, could be 5, it's not 6, not 7, not 8 or 9. So that's 2, 3, 5. And obviously we can't see where the next pair is, so that's the end of that palindrome investigation for now. Right, let's do a bit of Sudoku, shall we? Let's just tidy up a bit. What am I missing in here? I am missing 2, 4, which is not this, actually no, just 2. 2, 5, and 8. The 2 and 8 are not here, so that is a 2, 8 pair. That's a 5. That gives me, whatever this is, 6. I'm going to say. And then in here I need 5 and 7. That's the 5, that's the 7. That gives me an 8, 9, and down here. That gives me, actually that 9 gave me a 7, which is the 7 before the 6, then the 9, and therefore the 9. And therefore this is not 9. And that is indeed still not 9. Okay. Down here we know what this is. This is, I'm going to say 2. There's another 8, 9 with a 5. Can't disambiguate for now. Where am I going? I mean, tempting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and not 8, 9. This is 5, 6, 7. Not sure. 5, 1, 7. No 5. 5 has to be in one of these two cells, therefore not 5 here. 5 has to be one of these two cells. All interesting. I'm assuming these two are the same, which is fine. Allows me to place a 5 in this box still. Now, if this is not a 5, sorry, if this is a 5, is it not a 5? It's that cell, isn't it? I've just removed it, so that's not a 5 anymore. And yes, it isn't a 5. It's not a 3 either. So that's a double 2. These are not 2s. These two cells are the same. Not getting the significance of that. It's not 1, it's not 2, it's not 3, 4. It could be 5. It's not 6. could be 7, could be 8, and it's not 9. Okay. 6, no, almost a quadruple, not quite. 2 is none of these, that's the 2. 2 gave me 8 and 2 earlier. Then in here I have a 1, 3 plus a high digit. The 1 can only be here, the 3 can only be there. And then not 5, 7, or 8, so a 6 or 9. End up with a 6, 8, 9 triple, so that's not 5, 8, that's 5, 7. I've lost track of, I think it's 2s, and therefore 5, 7, therefore this is not 8, and I think that's the middle digit. Fairly sure it's the middle digit. Anyway, a 5, 7 pair, this is 3. This is not a 6, in fact that's another 5, 7 pair. And we can resolve. That's not a 7, that's 5, that's 7, therefore that's 5, that's 5, that's 7, that's 7. And I think that's the palindrome done. Yes. Super. I mean, done. Yeah, I mean, pencil mark. I'll take it. Right, let's keep going. So we need in here 6, 8, 9. This is not 8 or 9, that's the 6. Therefore, that's the 8, that's the 9. Therefore, that's the 8, 9, 9, 8, 9. No 9s. 5, 8 pair. 6 in here. And then, and that's not what I meant to do, 6 in here, and then just a bunch of whatever it was, Sudoku to bring us home. So, 1, 8, that's the 8, that's the 1. 1. Can I get something in here to just clear up the fog and we can just truly focus on Sudoku to the exclusion of all else? 4 something. 4, 9. That's the 9. That's the 4. And 5, 6, I'm going to say. Then 3, 4. That's the 4. That's the 3. That's Sudoku done. This is a digit I should have been able to place a while ago. That's the 2, I'm going to say. Then in here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, let's just finish this up. 6, 7, 6, 5, 5, if I can type, 8, 3, and if I've not made any mistakes, 8 for the finish. Quite a few solve counts. Meggen033's fog puzzles are very popular, regardless of whether I feature them or not. Hope you guys enjoyed the puzzle and the video. Fairly straightforward one today, and I'll see you back soon. Bye-bye for now.